Wake up to the sunrise, let the day begin. Johnny and Mark are here, let the laughter in. With every sip of coffee, feel the warmth inside. Conversations and humor take you for a ride. Your morning boost with Johnny and Mark, a perfect blend of laughter, uniting the spark, inspiration and insight. Join the journey, let them light your way. It's a brew of connection, a world to explore, a network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you. As the day unfolds, carry what you've heard, inspire and inform with every single word. Johnny and Mark beside you as you start a new day, the morning show that lifts you through and through. A network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
See the special man.
You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun Roots, Johnny understands.
Johnny understands.
Let him have it with no problem, see the special man. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
Hello, good morning, and welcome on this Taco Tuesday in Cinco de Mayo. How are y'all doing today? It's currently 60 degrees. We could get into 80s today. And how's your neck of the woods over there, Mr. J?
It is darn chilly here in Vegas this morning. I went to take Zeke out and I was like, I'm a little sorry I'm in shorts at the moment.
Healing vibes. Yes, they do, John. First in the chat was Regina, and she's got her quote of the day. Let's see. It's a great day. Good morning to all. Today's quote and thoughts. The sun is a daily reminder that we can rise again from the darkness, that we can shine on our own light. I like that. Carol, hello, good morning, and welcome. And Regina, if you're still here, let me know.
Howdy, Miss
want to
Carol.
say hello. And Carol, hello, good morning, and welcome. We had a great visit yesterday. We cut up. As
Hug
always.
tackles right back at you, Miss Carol.
And John, hello, good morning, and welcome. And he is the winner of the strawberry moon pies that he claimed.
Ah,
Yes. And Claudette, hello, good morning, and welcome. And he remembers about putting them in the microwave for no more than 8 seconds.
hello, Miss Claudette.
And we're on the Facebook side as well. Let's see, John, Claudette, Jennifer, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And Terry,
Good,
hello, good morning, and welcome. And
good morning,
Carol, by the
Soap
way,
Goddess.
reporting to the office. Carol, I did send you an email from what you requested with me last night or yesterday. I sent it this morning. Just reply back to me if you want any of those dates that I gave you. Let's see. Wendy, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing,
Hey, good morning,
sunshine?
Wendy.
Yep. Keep doing and your thoughts and prayers. She's definitely going through a lot right now.
Poor thing.
She's on her way to hopefully healing again. And there's the link for tonight. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Jay's tribute to Sandra. Yes, definitely keep us them in your Dawn and our thoughts. Yeah, she needs bubble wrap suits. Yeah. Let's
Nothing.
see here. Regina, I want to say thank you for the hug Carol gave me yesterday from you. I got multiple. But one of them, she just specifically said from you, a bear hug. It was a nice tight one. Glenn, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to
Hey,
see you.
Swampy.
Welcome. I do need to talk to you too, you and Carol. I'll call y'all after the show. Angela, hello, good morning, and
Good
welcome. And how
morning,
are
Miss
you?
Angela.
You're welcome. Okay, to spend the response one. Yes, that's right. That's true. And Chrissy and Stacy, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. We had a lot of conversations, and we even ate at 99 yesterday, my favorite place and hers. And only was look, I think this is the first time. And back in the day, I used to eat a whole dish, but I maybe ate a third of it, if that. I brought the rest, and Robert's gonna have it for his lunch tomorrow.
A dish of what?
It was chicken Alfredo Fernando, with chicken and grilled chicken and Italian sausage.
That's a lot of guys in one bowl.
Yeah,
Alfredo
I
and
know.
Fernando and
It was a
George Reno
wonderful
and
dish too. Tina, hello,
George
good morning,
Reno.
and welcome. And how are you doing? And thank you for getting up early and waking up with us. Yeah, and as y'all noticed, we're back. I was out with Carol yesterday, and I got a notification in my email saying that they were sorry it took so long, and that I just had to go to the next email I get would be how I recovered my email from being hijacked last week, and
Oh, good job.
got it back. And so I had to take care of that when I got home last night, and I just changed everything to this channel. So everything this week will be right back here at our regular scheduled program, right here on this channel. The email has been recovered. And of course, I had to do a
Fantastic.
new security code. I had to enter a new password, add a second, all that good stuff you got to do when you set up something.
And,
So that's all.
and what was that new security code for us to all write down, Johnny? Just to make. Oh, yeah,
You
that
really
was
want me to
terrible.
spell it for you?
Could you just write it down on a piece of paper and hold it up to the camera and just hold it there for a little while? That'd be great.
Sure.
We also need your ATM PIN code.
Joanne, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. I already had my new password set up when I knew I was getting it back. So, yeah, I already had it ready to go. Good morning, Tina. And Patrick, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Stephen, enjoy the rest of the lunch. Yeah, Robert's going to have mine for lunch tomorrow. So, yeah, you can have the rest. I don't know, I just can't eat that much anymore like I used to. Okay, it's moon pie. John, you weren't supposed to say nothing. Anywho, don't forget today we do have our rapid fire round showcasing of members. That starts at 12:30 today, right here on this channel. We got a great lineup. So if you go and check out the show today, you will see the lineup in their time slots in the description or show notes for the show today. If you would like to be on the next available one, rapid fire round, the next available is November the 3rd. And I do have 3 time slots left, but email me with a couple of time slots. If you want to be on that one, it's November 3rd is the next available one. And then the next available reseller shop hop, we're remembering starting in July, we're moving it to the 3rd Saturday of each month. August 15th is my next available spots on that one. And that one, I have 4 spots left. So email me either way at CajunRootsReseller@gmail.com. Right here. Make sure you email me and let me know which show and what times you would like. Give me at least 2 to 3 choices. That way I can make sure if it's still available, I'll give you the first choice you give me. Or whatever I have at that time. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. And also, I'm looking for Heather. I haven't seen her yet. She got the banana moon pie yesterday. That's what was left after John claimed the strawberries. And Scarlett, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, good morning, Scarlett.
Also this week, don't forget this Friday, I will be on with Josie's Place with Miss Denise, Daisy's Creation, this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Jay, talk a little bit about your show tonight.
So tonight is our tribute / roast to the late Sandra Murphy, my best friend. We're gonna try to keep it as light as possible because Sandy would not have wanted us making a fuss over her. But we're gonna be talking about her contributions to publishing and to the publishing world, and how annoying she could be, and just everything that I genuinely loved about my best friend in the world.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have chocolate milk and mini M&Ms, which were her favorites, and I've got a giant box of Kleenex just in case. And we're encouraging everybody to come out and even if you didn't know Sandy, even if you never read her stuff, it should be. Her sister will be there in the chat with us, possibly her brother Brian. So be good to be able to come along and everybody share their experiences.
I just have to say that I had the honor to have read one of her comments she made on the Shop Hop in December. She actually made a comment on our Shop Hop, and that's how I got to meet her.
She was really excited. She was really excited about the potential for our publishing house being part of this reseller community, and I will say she was starting to follow a lot of people. Basically, she was grabbing names from from the chats, and then going and hunting down people's channels. And I know Angela Isaacs was a favorite of hers, and I know she really liked following Regina as well. So she definitely was a part of it all. And even though you didn't necessarily see her on our lives, she was always there in the chat room, monitoring and making sure everything was okay.
And that's the reason I remember the name, because she made a comment in December when we did the train. She even made a comment on my video thanking me for having y'all part of it. So, Carol, it is in your email with the number 55 email that I have on file for you. Yeah.
And then just two reminders to folks. One is I do still have openings for the book fair on the 16th. I've started slotting people in. And so if you're still interested in being a part of the first annual Misty Media Book Fair, please, by all means, drop me an email if you haven't already. Tell your friends that are out there selling also, in case they haven't seen it or found out about it. Plenty of spots left open to get some extra help there. And then also don't forget about the Reseller Cookbook. If you've got recipes that you want to share and have published in the book, please send those to me, hopefully preferably with a picture of the finished dish. And you can send it to my regular email address.
Hello, good morning, and welcome, Ashley. How are you doing? Good to see you. Little Debbie, hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are you doing?
Good morning, little Debbie.
Mom's doing well.
Ashley.
Then again, tomorrow we do have our Hump Day auction at 1 p.m. And don't forget, on the 16th is when we're having the fundraiser with Jay. And that starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you need his email or information, it is in the description bar below, as you may call it show notes, but it is in the bottom below, or email him at that address above. Again, you can just copy and paste it if you need it in the description below.
Just be patient with me, folks. Today is my first day back in the office. I took a week off after Sandy's passing, so I'm working really hard to get caught up on all my emails. I do have 700 and some odd outstanding emails this morning.
Wow.
So I will, which is not uncommon, but I am moving through them as quickly as I can. So please be patient.
Yeah, I try to get my emails every day. I try to keep up on them. And like when I got back home, I had so many emails. And when I got my email back for the channel, there was a lot of emails I got to go through. So I got to catch up.
Imagine.
Yeah. And then, of course, I had a lot of requests of is it me and recovering my email. That was a lot in there too, so I got to clean that up too. So that's a little job in itself. Also, don't forget, we 700 emails. Yeah, right, Patrick. Also, don't forget, we do this every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It is our daily topic. And so without further ado, let's get into our topic of the day. And today's topic is, it is never too late to focus with at least one charity to support. At least one. Find one that supports your ideas and your values. Local to you, are the best ways that you can either volunteer your personal time or as well as funds. So the question is, what is your charity that you would pick? Jay? Start with you.
I mean, I tend to gravitate towards if I'm doing something for business, then I tend to gravitate towards literary types of charities, that are helping underprivileged kids get books, like we're doing with the book fair, ESL stuff, helping adults to read that may have had learning disorders, things like that. So I tend to be, from a business standpoint, that aligns well with what we are, who we are as a publisher and as a brand, so that makes sense. When it comes to personal stuff, I'm very much about animal charities. Just having been, my boy Zeke and, my previous boy Gizmo, those are really important to me. But also, having been uh, having gone through a lot as a gay kid, a lot of stuff that for like the local LGBT center and gay youth groups and things like that. That those are it's about making finding those things that align with you as a person. It's funny because when you're young, you don't necessarily have the capability to get your voice heard through the causes that you believe in. To me, that's one of the exciting things about being an adult, is you can be involved with any of those things that really matter to you, and you can make change. You can make very real change on a grassroots level.
Well, my very first charity that I ever experienced was when I was in my early 20s, and I worked at an office where there was the United Way. We
Hmm.
also had a organization for abused children and adults, and we had a program where they were able to come in and get clothing if they were going out, say, to a job interview, and
Very
it was
cool.
called Dress to Success. That
Yep.
was my very first experience with doing anything like that, charity work. But as I got older and I became ill with leukemia, AML, my charity of choice is the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, whereas I was an ambassador in New Orleans, where they used to help me when I first started because I didn't have I had to quit working, get through my chemo and things like that. They helped me in different ways when it first happened, within my first year. And so now every year I also have it set up to where if I do any type of fundraisers, it is to help the Leukemia Lymphoma Society because they do. I had first experience, plus I also volunteered in the office. But they always gave out money to, not directly to the person unless they needed it, like for food. But a lot of the times it was directly to paying their doctor bill or their doctor visits, or if they had needed transportation, medication, things like they paid for it directly with their bill. They just paid it. So that's what was why I chose the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So, what is your favorite charity that you would pick if you chose to help volunteer or donate? And also, y'all may know, most of y'all may know this already. My other choice is the dogs, rescue of dogs. I already dogs and cats. I've adopted all my children, so that's one of my biggest things too. It's me, Angie. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And Heather, congratulations! You were with the third winner yesterday on the Moon Pie Comet giveaway, and
Woohoo!
you're going to be getting a box of banana moon pies. You
Oh
won that
yeah.
yesterday. John got the strawberry. Randy got the chocolate. John got the strawberry, and you're getting the banana. You did win the third comment giveaway.
Congrats, Miss Heather.
Congratulations. Let's see what the chat is saying. I support the food pantry. I used to volunteer there too in New Orleans.
He
I
says of his stomach.
man. That was
He
fun.
supports the food pantry of his stomach.
That was really rewarding though to help with the food pantry. Helping bag food and fill the shelves and all that stuff when they had gotten their stuff in. Heather
I don't
made her
know.
first shot. Go check it out. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out, Heather. Let me go and open your channel. Heather.
I don't know about anybody else, but as a kid, I was obsessed with the Jerry Lewis telethon. Like I could not. I mean, as a kid, I'm sitting there watching. Roll that timpani, and the board. The numbers would all roll, and you'd be over to your next thousand or over your million. I was absolutely obsessed with that. That and the PBS auctions. loved to sit and watch the PBS auctions.
You know, I'm glad you
Um,
said that because I forgot that was my first one because I used to answer the phone calls and I
for
used to
Jerry
do
Lewis,
the fundraisers for the Jerry Lewis telephone. I forgot all
I
about
did.
that.
I answered phones one year. Yeah.
That was fun. Uh, Heather, Hetty, hello, good morning, and welcome. And I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Oh, it was great. It was great fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellen, hello, good morning. I forgot all about that. Was my actual first fundraiser I used to do.
Good morning, Miss Ellen.
Let's see here.
And then
Stomach
there were a lot of
two.
things for like Ronald McDonald House, St. Jude. St. Jude, oh my gosh. I can't imagine people not supporting St. Jude.
Yeah.
Um,
I volunteer every year at the MS 150 bike ride to support MS. That's
nice.
right. I remember you had more. What was it? A year or two ago, you did the Cher outfit. You wore, oh, not Cher, Tina Turner. She wore Tina Turner outfit.
Years ago, when I lived in San Francisco, I did the Out of the Darkness overnight, which is a walk around basically around the entire city of San Francisco to raise money for uh, unaliving prevention, and that was an amazing thing of walking with people who had were survivors like myself or were there to march in support of other people. It was fantastic.
Yeah, to me, it's rewarding of doing something without having to need recognition.
Exa-
Uh, Virginia, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And
yeah,
there's
these
so many organizations out there that you can help. It's just the little bit, the most, the littlest thing you can do can make a difference.
And it's not even necessarily about a financial donation. I mean, time is
Yep.
so critical. The SPCA here really struggles to keep their linens clean and having people. So what they do is they leave giant bags of laundry out back of the SPCA. You can come along, grab bag of sheets or blankets or whatever, come home, wash them, and then just turn around and return them to the SPCA. I think the program's called Loads of Love, and I mean, how simple, right? Like, I mean, just you're doing laundry while you're doing something else, and but it's a great way to be able to give back to a local charity. I
Good morning,
uh,
Deborah, and welcome. Go ahead.
Having gotten both Gizmo and Zeke from the Nevada SPCA, I'm like a giant supporter of theirs. They made my life so much better through, my adoption of two animals that the least I can do is give back to them.
Yeah.
Sandy was also a giant supporter of animals. She was very, very active in that. And we had done two quote books at my previous publishing house, and she had so many copies left over that when she jumped ship, we donated those copies to the SPCA to be able to sell and make 100% profit off of them to go into the care of the animals, which is
You
really
know what?
cool.
Also, I remember too, as growing up, but even in high school or junior high, when we sold candy, the candy bars,
Yep,
fundraisers, that was even
yep.
a learning experience there too. I donate all my memberships and super chats to Ronald McDonald House. That's right, you sure do.
Ronald McDonald House is so fantastic. What a great charity. You know what? Say what you will about their food. There's nothing, you absolutely cannot complain about the charity.
Yeah, that's right. She does that every year. In serious thoughts, I donate to our local SDVP pantry attaching to the buildings. I hope for money actually goes there. And that's one thing you want to check too, because a lot of times, I started steering away from what was it? American. What was it called again? I can't remember the name of the organization. It's not Salvation Army, it's the other one. But anyway, kind of find out they used to pocket their own. They used to put the money in their own pockets, paying for payroll.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I stick away. I stay away from programs like that if that's not going directly to what they say they're supposed to. Um,
I'm dropping a link in the chat, folks. This is called Charity Navigator. If you're looking to research whether or not a charity is is how they're rated. So knowing whether or not they'll show you where the bulk of your funds are going, and things like that to ensure that you're giving to a charity that's truly helping. They're a fantastic resource to look up various charities.
It's this weekend, Deborah, because I didn't get that in my mailbox. Usually I do.
Yeah, I didn't either actually.
Interesting. Oh, by the way, Deborah, I will let you know we're spending a whole week in Illinois coming soon, but I'll tell you when it is as soon as Robbie gets approved for whatever dates he's going to get. He found out yesterday he's got to wait 30 days. He's got to request dates within 30 days. So we'll see what dates we're going to be able to go up to the lake house. We're spending a week there, and we're spending a week in Missouri. Oh, yeah, Missouri. But we'll let you know the dates once we get them. Let's see. Virginia says, I have sad news. My mom. Oh, no. 1 week ago in 2 days.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I live in Illinois, and I am in Ohio. Oh, no, Virginia. Sorry to hear that. United Way. That's it. United Way. That is correct. Yeah.
And here's another one, folks, that if you want to research your charity, this one's called Charity Watch. They're also a really good organization to be able to look up your favorite charity and see how they rank for, how much of your donation goes to the actual charity and how much goes to the people at the top.
And that's why I like doing for me, I know because I worked there. I saw what they did, not only for me, but for others. And I did not work there until after I started getting to recovery to help others because I used to be an ambassador. I used to help others deal with it when they found out the news. And that's why I do the Leukemia Lymphoma Society because of the fact I had firsthand experience. But again, make sure you know if you're going to choose an organization, just make sure you know where the money's going. ADF is a great organization.
Wow, Wendy, that's pretty cool.
Really? She was a poster child back when I was 12 years old. Awesome, Wendy.
That's pretty cool, Wendy.
Yeah.
Yeah, JDF is my mom. When I was younger, my mom was being a diabetic herself. My mom was a supporter of JDF.
Well, I just found out there's I want to say it's in Connecticut.
Hey.
There's a thrift shop that actually teaches people with special needs and give them a job, so to say, where they get to learn how to manage their money, but also work as much as they can what their disability is.
I love those organizations.
Yeah.
There's a
So
restaurant that
on
keeps
Facebook.
there's a restaurant that keeps showing up in the news lately, where they hired nothing but special needs folks to work there, and it's, oh my God, I wish I could go. It looks like such a fun place.
Find it. Those are in this area. Facebook. I want to say it's in Connecticut. And I could be wrong, but let me check. Carol, I didn't know you posted a picture of me yesterday. You sure did. I go to Facebook and that's the first thing I see is my mug. Let's see. Go to my page. I'm trying to find that organization because they keep up on what they have groups.
Thrift stores are I don't know what happened to the ones that all these ones that became all profit, and you're like, what happened? It used to be you could go in there, the thrift shop, you buy the stuff, the money got donated. Now that money doesn't trickle down.
I believe it's called Corey's Closet, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's called Corey's Closet. It's in New Hampshire. I'm sorry. Hookset, New Hampshire. I was wrong state. It's a thrift store and consignment store where their mission is to create meaningful working experience for those with development disability. If you look it up on Facebook, here's the link for that. I'm looking forward to going visiting there. I definitely want to make a note to get there. I happened to find it looking for something else one day. Yes, Johnny. They do have that program in Connecticut. Yeah.
So
Back roasted bread.
I always tell you guys that if you come to Vegas, I'm going to show you the real Vegas and not the tourist stuff. Just dropped a link in the chat. This is a coffee house in downtown Las Vegas that is all run by folks with special needs. Um, it's really really popular, but it's one of those things where people don't necessarily know about it because they don't get a whole lot of, you come to Las Vegas, it's not something folks are hunting down, but really it's a great place to take people.
And that's true, Ellen. It's not for everyone. All right, Carol. I'll take care of it right after this show. Yes, please make sure you check the thumbs, please, if you hit it. Also, do make sure you're still subscribed. I'm trying to build back up my numbers. And we order coffee from them.
They do have an online order, but I don't know. And they have a shop, so I think there are things you can order from them. Oh yeah, they do have coffee
Yeah, they do
available.
have a shop tab.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
They have a coffee called Dig It Dark Roast.
yep. And they also use their employees for their models, which is awesome.
Yeah, I see the picture on the main page. And it says their goal is, let's see, located in downtown Las Vegas.
Yep.
An apology email. So yeah, you can do it. You just got to go to and look at the tab at the top. It says shop. No worries, girlfriend. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start dropping links. If you would keep up with the chat from that point, please.
Of course.
I got to copy and paste.
Carol, don't go blaming that on Johnny. I know how you are when you're stalking your men. You won't get any sleep the night before. So,
I've been on the computer since Johnny got me up.
I'm sure they'll grind it for you. A lot of these coffees they picture the whole bean, but you can still order it ground with no problem.
Well, usually the choice is you'd have to pick the choice of what type of beans you want or how you want it. Usually. Because I know Community Coffee does that if you do it online. They got different choices. You can either do whole beans, ground. There's different ways you can grind it too. So yeah, you have to make sure you order the one you want. From my experience, I know in New Orleans that's how they used to do it when we ordered online for Community Coffee. But I have a grinder if I needed it, so I do buy whole beans depending on what it is.
I do prefer to go from whole bean myself, just because I
It's
like
just
that.
something about the aroma when you're doing it to brew it. Granted, if
And
you
it
should-
definitely comes through in the flavor too. Sometimes you have no idea how long the coffee's been sitting that's been ground and or not properly sealed.
One thing I have to say about Community Coffee, which I love, they're vacuum sealed. So once you pop that first cut into that to open the bag, is that big old burp sound? You know
Yeah.
it's fresh. Yeah. Carol, your nose is growing like Pinocchio, girlfriend.
And here's something else about coffee. If your coffee is really oily, that's actually not a good thing. The coffee beans should be roasted and fairly dry, not oily.
Exactly. Should be dry, roasted. I know I was wrong. I got an idea what you're talking about, girl. You
Oh,
crazy.
Carol, we got to put this one on the calendar, girl. The day you admitted you were wrong.
So you said medium to dark roast, very fine. And coffee maker. Like a K-cup.
Yeah, Virginia, I'm kind of just about there with you. I like the convenience of the Keurig, and I grind my own coffee and put it into that little adapter, that you can fill with ground coffee and put in your Keurig.
Little
But
filter.
I don't think the temperature gets hot enough in my Keurig to brew it to.
You know you should be able to have an adjustment for that.
It depends on what kind of Keurig you own.
Oh, okay.
So I have a strong button that helps, but I know it's still not quite getting there. So now I'm starting to experiment with some other kind of coffee makers to see where I can get the best.
I'm always admit when I'm wrong. It makes me a better person to own up to my fault. You right about that, Carol?
You already a good person, Miss Carol.
Everything is paid. Boxes shipped. Awesome, Ellen.
Good for you, Ellen.
It's a lot of work when you got all that to do by yourself. Because a lot of us, as far as I know, there's a lot of us that do this by themselves, including myself. So it's a job. It's from everything from start to finish. It's a lot of work. Get
I
a
think
fresh
Ellen's
brew,
actually like
the best
Ellen's
coffee.
actually like Samantha and Bewitched. I think Ellen just kind of twitches her nose and all of the stuff comes together.
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah, I agree, Ellen. Percolator. They say percolators are still some of the best. Whether you're doing pour over, all that. I've got one of those ones. What's the one that goes on the stove that boils up from the bottom?
That's a
That's
percolator.
no, no, no,
The
no.
drip.
It's
I call the drip.
nope, nope, not either of those.
When you talking about a
Um,
Corningware
no, they're
made out of
very
porcelain
popular.
or
They're very
metal?
popular in Italy. You put the coffee and
Espresso?
it's you put the coffee and the water in the bottom, and then when it boils, it goes.
Percolator.
Nope, it goes into the upper chamber. Um, uh,
An auto drip?
somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. Uh, it's not a French press. Uh, it's gonna make me nuts.
A mocha pot?
Mocha pot. Thank you. That's it. Mocha pot. I just I'm nervous about using it because I know me and I'm gonna make a mess everywhere. It's gonna boil over or burn or something.
Well, you're not supposed to put it no higher than medium heat if you're using gas stove because you don't want it to overboil.
Yeah.
But you will know in here when it's done. It's just something about it. It definitely knows. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing? Good to see you.
A
Welcome.
B C. Matt's here like 1, 2, 3.
Everybody's saying French press. Believe it or not, my stepmother and my dad still makes coffee like that every morning for my stepmother and him. They sure do.
I like a French press, okay, but somehow I always end up with grounds in my coffee, just like Carly Simon used to sing.
Yeah, and it's something that you don't want to put any higher than medium when you're doing it over a gas stove. And
I try
it
not to
won't
miss
boil
Carol.
over, but yeah, doing good. Good to hear that. All right, so the link is in the chat if anybody would like to come on up. If you have anything special going on, make sure you put it in the chat. Let us know. What day Curly sing?
There's Carol. There's a line in "You're So Vain" that when I was a kid, um,
Jerry
the
says
the line is actually
anticipation.
I in "You're So Vain." There's a line about clouds in my coffee, and as a kid, I misunderstood the lyrics and thought it was grounds in my coffee. So uh, so for my whole life, that's kind of like always, even after I figured out the lyrics, that's always kind of been my own personal joke. Is yeah, I've got grounds in my coffee, just like Carly used to
I'm
say.
glad you said that because when we were growing up, you know how they had the cassette tapes that had the words to the songs in the tape and cassette tapes?
Yeah. Yep.
There were so many different songs that you thought you might have heard the words to that you thought it was, but when you're sitting there reading the lyrics off the cassette cover, it's like, oh, I did not think it was that word.
Hey, even to this day, now that uh, if you're streaming music, there's a couple different streaming services where you can read the lyrics as it goes along. And I have learned some lyrics that I have had wrong for like decades of stuff I listened to, back in the 80s. I'm like, whoa, I
I'll
got
never
those
forget when I
really
first
wrong.
started doing karaoke, and some of the songs I would sing, it's like, wait, that's the words, and I've been singing that wrong for all this time? Yeah. Oh, you're so vain. I bet there are clouds on my coffee. I remember hearing the ground. as grounds in my coffee.
Right? Right?
How
I'm
about
not
the
the only one.
song "Blinded by the Light"?
Yeah, his hair
Yeesh.
lip that said supposed to be deuce. Or the people that listen to John Fogerty and think he's saying there's a bathroom on the right instead of there's a bad moon on the rise. There's a series of books out there about called "Excuse Me While I Kiss This Guy," um, and it's a series of books of all misheard lyrics.
Really?
Yeah, there's at least I know there's at least three books in the series.
That one's funny, Matt. How about "She Danced Clearwater"? There was
Yeah, say bathroom on the right.
a bad
Yep.
moon on the rise. A bad moon on the rise. That's where. Let's see short about that. I'm trying
I I don't know for how long I thought Prince was singing "Pay the Rent, Come On Back," and it was actually Little Red Corvette. And as a kid, calling up a radio station and asking them to play "Constant Gravy" by Katie Lang, but it was actually "Constant Craving." Yeah,
I've heard the excuse.
that's one that's lived in my memory for way too long that I wish I could just forget.
Great day off.
Take care, John.
All right, John, have fun. What time she goes live? Matt says, "Little Corvette." About what the back then it sounded so innocent. Yeah, you're right about that one, Matt.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those, Matt, that like age brings on wisdom. "She Bop" by
I heard that one.
Cyndi Lauper.
Yup.
Um, Speaking of Cyndi Lauper, for those of you guys that are fans of hers, I got to tell you, she has a residency here in Las Vegas right now, and she just did a bunch of concerts. She went to a bunch of local little bars and did karaoke with people while she was here.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
you talk about just a completely down to earth person. She was just hanging out in some of the little local karaoke bars in
Oh,
downtown
wow.
Las Vegas, singing with everybody. Everybody had a great time.
That's
But what a
cool.
what a what an awesome human being.
Other says, yes, she sure does. There's the link for the Groves auction today. Bruce Springsteen was in my area and went to the local record shop for a visit. Oh, wow. Okay. Does a video about a play on songs that is absolutely hysterical. There's somebody else who used to do a YouTube channel that used to do that. I don't remember but I haven't seen him in a while. I can't remember his name. This is amazing on how many people aren't on YouTube anymore from when I first started.
I do really love this thing though of being able to follow lyrics on while you're listening to a song on streaming because it's really has helped me better understand some. I'm big on storytelling and uh, songs that tell stories. So being able to follow those lyrics more closely is a lot of fun. Take care, Miss
Oh,
Deborah.
hello, Miss. Okay, Miss Deborah, don't work too hard, and hopefully everything goes well for you. Good to see you. Weird Yankovic. Yes, he used to do that a
Yeah, good
lot.
old Weird Al Yankovic. He got it. He's played Vegas now a couple times to massive sellout shows. Like I mean, he just keeps selling out his tours every time he goes out.
Yeah, I used to love watching those, but I'm talking about somebody who was on YouTube within the last 7 years. But I haven't seen him.
Oh my, Carol.
Okay.
Well,
Yes, I did that too. I did that with Tommy. I actually have him on my first channel. The videos are still there. Yeah. The Cajun Roots Resellers Adventures channel. You'll find the thumbnails. There's four of them, 4 different rounds, 4 weeks. And it's of a me with a blue background with a angel teddy bear. If you want to check them out. That was when I was on with Tommy, and they did well, it was Tommy and not Dez, but I don't know who he used to do the show with. But yeah, that was part of them. Yep, I was for 4 weeks straight. I lasted to the fourth week, and I kicked off the fifth week. Dwayne, yep, that's it. Yeah, it was him and Dwayne that ran it, but Des was like in the background because she wasn't on the screen, so she didn't know who they were. Because we were actually in the back room if we got kicked off. You won't be on this Friday? Speaking of that, I do have your email, by the way, for Friday's show. Thank you so much for that, Matt. If you have anything that's sold in the last 3 months that you would like to share for the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It for Friday, don't forget to send me that email at CajunRootsReseller@gmail.com and make sure you have the link, how much you paid for it, where did you buy it, and if you took an offer. And we'll have it ready for this Friday's show. Would you buy it or would you leave it? Okay, 229, Ultimate Peter K. What is that 229444 for?
That should be the length of the recording. 2 hours, 29 minutes, 44 seconds.
Oh, okay. I have to look in the chat. It looks weird right there. Well, Matt, hope you have a great trip and hope the card sells really well for you.
Matt's gonna end up coming back with he end up spending more than he makes. He's gonna find out too many good things out of the show to come bring home.
Carol, is that on YouTube? Well, he's got a lot of stuff on YouTube.
So Matt, how many people are you expecting at your meetup?
Is this Friday? Yeah. Okay. $20 something.
Well, you should do a live and then come raid us in the morning. Come raid Johnny in the morning. Bring everybody. 20 something's not that small.
Well, especially for you. Is this your first one, Matt, that you do? I think it's his first one.
I wouldn't think 20. I wouldn't think 20 people would be that small.
Especially for your first time doing it, if that is your first time. Yep, it is. I saw that you said. So that's not bad. At least you get to learn from it. That's the only way you're gonna learn from it anyway. If you want to go grow it bigger each year. So yeah, good luck with that. Hope everything goes well for you, and hope everybody shows up. Yeah, it should be fun, especially when it's something you've never done before and you're trying it out for the first time. And that's a lot of work going into doing a meetup. Yes, it is, Matt. I don't doubt that one bit.
Well, that's why I guess the informal kind are more fun, right, Johnny? Like where, you and Carol and some of the other local people just get together and hang out. Nothing, completely
Well, like
formal.
Alani and the group that usually they do their meetup, and then there was Prison the Prophet did a meetup. That's a lot of work that goes into all that. Reservations, food, the whole 9 yards. That's right. Small is good, especially when it's your first time doing a meetup like that.
That's why I think it'd be more fun just to do a smaller group and.
I think there's the one I pulled up.
When is Reseller Rally? That's the
I
big Midwest.
don't know if they did a final date yet. I haven't
That's the
heard
mid.
anything.
That's more of a Midwest one, right?
Yeah, I believe
'Cause
they
I know that-
usually hold that one in. If Patrick's still here, where was it y'all did the meet up with? Because I know you met up with Dawn and Mary there. Oh, it's in September.
Because I know that's the one that Lonnie and Candace go to from Shed Flips, and Commonwealth Flipper goes to that one usually.
I said he will be in the rally. Got any big reseller coming? Matt, John, Cincinnati Picker. Yep. September. Who asked about Cameron? Yep, Cameron. He's doing a lot on his channel. September 25th.
I'm hoping when they do. I'm hoping when they do the next YouTube, the big YouTube thing that do here in Vegas, where all the creators come out. I'm really hoping to get some folks out here that I know.
Well, that's gonna be nice to have Cameron at your meet up. That's cool. That was an eBay notification.
Woohoo! A sale.
No, that was more like a notification. It's a different sound.
Okay.
It's the cha-ching sound whenever I make a sale. Wendy, I got your email. I will reply after the show, and Carol the same. He does, Matt. I'm so glad he came back to YouTube. I'm glad he restarted over. He's doing really well. He's been doing a lot of sourcing type videos. Well, Carol, I'll take care of that after the show.
Carol, you forgot the word please.
Oh, Jesus, child. Again, if anybody would like to come on up and promote your channel, that's what you get for thinking, girl. If you'd like to come on and promote your channel, don't forget the link is in the chat. Oh, my knees. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, Lord, child.
Carol, you need help, girl. Yes. If y'all ever been to Ollie's, you know how usually they have the little general card that you have as a membership thing for free? I got through mine. I showed my card. She didn't have hers. So the guy said, "What's your number?" I said, "What's wrong? You forgot yours? You want her number?" He didn't know what to say. He's just like, huh? Then he realized what I said and he started laughing. Let's see. Jay, what is the YouTube thing happening?
I think it's called Creator Collective, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's VidCon. It's either Creator Collective or it's VidCon. I think it's actually VidCon is the one.
When is that supposed to be?
I'm not up on it that much. I know I'm pretty sure it's later in the year, but I don't remember when exactly.
Yeah, that'll never happen. That will never happen. Hey, Carol, they're trying to make you feel better. Yeah, girl, that ain't gonna never happen.
Don't go changing, Carol. We love you just the way you are.
That's right.
As Billy Joel said.
Looks like VidCon is in Anaheim, June 25th.
Oh, they moved it this year? It's been in Vegas, so maybe they moved it this year. Carol says to tell us about her shirt.
Look, we over there shopping. The first time I see her, we get into the store. I didn't think nothing of it. We go to eat at 99. Oh, I know it, Johnny. Yes, indeed. And we're sitting, and she said to say something about it. Yes, she sure did. I'm looking at it when we get into 99, and I said, Carol, you know your blouse is back. No, it's not. So she pulls the front of her, and I said, because I see the tag stitching in the front here, the little square with the tag, and I can see the U shape behind her neck. I said, Carol, what is that square in the front of your blouse, and why you have a U shape in the back of your shirt? She had it on backwards. She left the house went shopping, and then I noticed it when we went into, because I was standing right next to her, and the way I was looking at it, because usually they're side by side shopping. Well, I was right there waiting for a table. I was like, Carol, no, it's not. So she had to take her dragonfly brooch off, and she's in there doing her arm into the shoulders, and then turning it around and putting her sleeves back, and then put her brooch back on, and like nothing happened. Yeah, she kept. No, it's not backwards.
She was creating a fashion statement.
And look, the blouse was choking out. That's how I asked her, "Are you okay?" Girl, look like your shirt is on backwards. She went to the doctor's office first. Well, you know what's funny is that if you went like that at your doctor's office, somebody should have told you that.
She probably left the doctor's office that way.
Her shoes didn't match. But that's something I'll catch immediately. My employees used to hate me for that. I didn't miss knit.
I just believe it to Carol to like fix her blouse right there in front of everybody.
Right at the table. She said, "You think I should?" I said, "Go for it." Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Oh wow, Wilson Phillips. Tell me that. Yes, indeed. I sure am. My employees used to hate me for that. Check your email, Carol.
Matt, I always preface those kind of comments with, when I'm using lyrics, I'm always like, as the great philosopher Wilson Phillips once said. I always preface those with that. Like, as the great philosophers, the Rolling Stones once said, you can't always get what you want.
That's right. Yeah, Carol, I already sent you that information. That was an easy one. All right, Jay, so go ahead and promote your channel. What you got going on today, please? For those that
tonight is our tribute and roast to Sandra Murphy, the late Sandra Murphy, my best friend. So we've got that going on. The 16th will be the first annual, and tonight is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. 16th is the first annual Misty Media Book Fair, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's on the 16th. And other than that, I'm here with you on the show tomorrow, and as far as I know, next week.
And also I want to mention the topic of today was brought to you by none other than Randy from Moon Valley Crafts.
Woohoo!
And you never know when your topic is going to make the morning show. OJ, I went to see the Stones and they did not sing that song.
What?
Really? It was like,
wow, that's a surprise.
That's interesting, Alan.
I would have been miffed too, because I think that's one of my favorite Stone songs. I can't imagine paying that kind of money for a ticket and not hearing one of the biggest hits.
Exactly. Well, alrighty, don't forget today at 12:30 we do have our rapid fire round showcasing of members of the channel. And there's Miss Marion. Looking forward to seeing you today as well. Always love having Miss Marion on. Come in and check. She is on the show for today's lineup. If you want to see who's on, when, where, what time, come on down to the show description, and I do have everybody's time slot in that description of today's show at 12:30. So as I say before I end each and every show, please make sure to come back and rewatch the video and leave your comments, because that gets you an entry for your chance to win a box of moon pies for next month on the first Monday of each month. So with that being said, as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. And until we meet again, later. Peace out. Y'all come back now, you hear?
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all.